jealous. The clicks are down. You know, the media historically have fed off a lot of these stories. You know, if you go back to even like O.J. Simpson's like trial, you had stations playing it. These days, when it comes to culture, nobody want no dry ass reporting, no boring ass hype up. At the end of the day, we want it in real time. We want it with some sauce, some pizzazz, something that can make us laugh and actually be entertained. Because you know, a lot of people have not that entertaining lives. They're upset at people like you, myself, and everybody else in court who's coming out and giving their breakdown. You get me?
Absolutely.
You know when jealousy is coming out, they start using this, oh yeah, they don't have any journalistic integrity, they're giving their opinion. You know, they're trying to use any type of thing. And here's my biggest takeaway from it all, though. Alex Spiro, who has been clearly, you know, like, I don't know if he's trying to play PR or he's trying to be a lawyer, okay? However, he's been in contact with, he's been in contact with the Shade Room saying a lot of things. I would say to him, and I'll say to Rock Nation and also Meg Thee Stallion, you know, at times, and by the way, like, I definitely want to separate because, you know, I don't want no one to think this is like some Tasha K, Cardi B shit. This is completely the public matter that everybody has split opinions on, that everybody's covering, that everybody's assuming. A lot of people have theories on. And, I believe for the most part, most people will, you know, even if they give their opinion, will make sure they're not writing opinion as fact, or they'll be fair as much as they can. If Meg Thee Stallion and Rock Nation is trying to go at a bunch of, you know, independent media outlets, myself, you, Hollywood Unlocked, No Jumper, any other media outlet that has, you know, posted, which a lot of them have. You know, I've seen them put up Rap House TV. I think this would be a fatal error for Meg, who I believe potentially is probably going to need some of the good graces of some of these same blogs, okay? Unfortunately, and I was reading what they were going to include me on that article, they said that Meg is thinking about pursuing legal options for blogs that they have spread misinformation about her, yet when they quoted what they believe I did, you know what they said? Oh, well,
what they say?
You tweeted out that Tory's DNA wasn't found on a gun like a few months ago. What that got to do with Meg?
Exactly.
I'm talking about what's going on with Tory in Tory's case. So again, you know, I see what this is. I would definitely caution, and I put caution to the wind when it comes to Meg and Rock Nation. If y'all thinking about filing a lawsuit, you should probably think first with Kelsey. Kelsey is the person who basically has torpedoed the case for y'all. You should possibly look at the woman in the mirror, because if you stayed consistent and maybe your information wasn't misinformation at times, you'd probably be a little bit closer to getting a conviction. Still, you know, like, I'm not trying to send bad vibes to her, but I am really shocked at, ever since this happened, and yes, I do believe she got hurt, but ever since this happened, every public instance that she's decided to open up her mouth and say something or accuse someone, or any of the moves she's made, it's only made it worse. And I really have to wonder who the heck is making these moves and calling the shots. Meg, again, like, you know, I know she wants to be seen as the victim, but also this is the thing I caution any entertainer. You can't control the narrative. You can't control the internet. No one man can do it either. Neither can I. People have seen a bunch of information from different outlets. They're making up their mind. You get what I mean? I've seen two different people today who were not involved in the case. They were asked for their opinion on how it was thought, how they thought it was going to go. Honestly, I would have said both of them would have been leaning towards Meg in the beginning. They both said Tory, you know what I mean? And if this case is coming down to what we now know it is, I think we all deserve an apology, because when we do any doubt, it was like, yo, you guys are, like, first of all, you know what's so crazy? They called you misogynist. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. in the article it says, yeah, like, you're leaning into misogyny. And I'm like, again, unfortunately, this is so polarizing. You can't just point out facts on both sides. And here's the funny thing. I know I would, and I won't speak for you, but I'm pretty sure you would. If this case went down and we found out some really shocking stuff and there was mountains of evidence that was consistent and that was in line with the idea that Tory did it and that he was guilty, we would probably just have to say, damn, I guess he did do it. But that's not what happened.